Welcome. In this video, we'll go over the schedule page, how to read it, how crew duty status gets assigned, and how the whole thing gets configured. The schedule is the second main way to navigate Airplane Manager. Calendar shows you the month at a glance. Schedule shows you the people, who's flying, who's training, who's on PTO, laid out across a week or two. Header at the top, title on the left with your flight department's time zone right under it. And right next to the time zone, a small two-button toggle, FD and Airport. That toggle lives in the header on purpose, because flipping it can shift international flights to a different calendar day. FD means Flight Department Time. Airport means each event uses its own airport's local time. In the middle, Date Navigation. Previous, the current range, next, and a Today button that turns off when today is already in view. On the far right, a Display Preferences icon and a Settings gear. We'll come back to both. Below the header, the grid itself. Days across the top, rows down the side with a sticky search box in the top left corner. And at the bottom of the page, the legend, the color-coded, so you can match the chips on the grid back to their assignment types. Two kinds of rows. Aircraft on top. Each one shows the tail number and the make and model, with a small colored dot to the left for that aircraft's status. Click the tail and you jump to that aircraft's profile in a new tab. Same idea for crew, name and role with a status dot, and the name's a link straight to the user profile. And the corner search filters the rows. Type a name, a role, or a tail number and only the matching rows stay visible. Handy when the department's got a long crew list. On aircraft rows, you get flight cards. The layout is the same as the calendar. Plane icon, trip number, account name, then a leg row that shows information depending on your settings. If a flight's pending release, you'll see the orange warning icon right after the plane icon. And if the trip stays out overnight, an on badge anchors to the flight pill itself. So when you've got multiple flights stacked in the same cell, you know which one is overnighting. Notes show up on aircraft rows too. Sticky note icon for a regular note, wrench for maintenance, with the title next to it. Maintenance notes get a maintenance badge so they stand out. On crew rows, you get duty status chips, colored to match the legend at the bottom, training, PTO, on-duty, airline, whatever you've got configured for your department. Hover an empty cell on a row you can edit, and a small plus button appears in the corner. That's the shortcut for adding a new assignment to that user on that date. Click a flight card, and you get the same event popover from the calendar. Click any of the buttons to jump to the respective flight page. Click an empty crew cell, and you get the Assignment Edit Dialog, pre-filled with the user and the date. We'll go through it in a moment. Click an empty aircraft cell, and it's different. You get a small menu at the click point with 4 shortcuts. Add flight, add aircraft note, add maintenance note, or add calendar note. Each one drops you straight into the right form for that date. Aircraft cell shortcuts are admins and schedulers only. Pilots and other roles can edit their own assignments, but not create flights on aircraft. OK, the dialog itself, 2 halves. The top has time selectors. Local start hour and local end hour. Both are optional. You can leave them blank, and the assignment covers the whole day, which is what most duty statuses look like. Notice the labels include the UTC offset for that date, so you can tell which time zone you're dialing in. Below that, the duty status grid. Every assignment type your department has set up shows here as a colored button. Click one to swap the status. The active one gets a check mark. And below that, a freeform note field. Anywhere you want to add context, like which client meeting, which sim session, why someone's sick. Footer's got 3 buttons. Delete on the left in red, only on existing assignments. Save and copy in the middle, and the main save changes, or done if you're creating new, on the right. Save and copy is the bulk assign tool. Say you've got 3 crew on the same training for the same 3 days. Instead of filling in 9 separate cells, you fill in 1, hit Save and Copy, and then click the rest. Click it, and the dialog closes. Down at the bottom, a copy bar slides in showing what you're copying, color swatch, the assignment label, and a live count of how many copies you've stamped. Now every click duplicates that assignment to that user on that day. The source's time range is preserved. If it was a half-day training from 9 to noon, every copy keeps the 9 to noon window. Click Done when you're finished. The copy bar slides away, and you're back to normal clicking. 2 more clicks to know about. Clicking any date header at the top of the grid drops you into hourly view. Same rows, but now the columns are hours. Lets you place training from 2 to 4 p.m. specifically, instead of just marking a whole day. Click an hour cell and the dialog opens with the start hour already filled in. Back in the header takes you out of hourly view and back to whatever range you had before. The gear opens the settings panel. We'll go through every section. View. Duration is how much you want on screen at once, week, 2 weeks, or month. Start of range controls whether the visible window starts on today, on Sunday, or on Monday. In month view, that one's disabled. Month always anchors to the calendar month. Layout. Spanning is the same idea as on the calendar. Multi-day trips and assignments collapse into horizontal bars across the days instead of repeating per cell. Days away toggles whether RON segments or the away from base portions of trips show as their own cards. Note details controls whether notes show their secondary text or just the title. Time format flips between 24-hour and AM/PM. Event details. Same idea as the calendar. Pick what shows on each flight card. Some of these dim out at certain durations. There isn't room for an arrival time on a packed month view, for example, so it grays itself with a hint. Order. Sort crew by. First name, last name, or custom. Custom is what unlocks the manual reorder we'll see in a minute. Aircraft. A multi-select to filter which aircraft rows show on the grid. Hit all in the drop-down to flip everything at once for pick specific tails. Deselected aircraft drop out of the grid until you bring them back. And at the bottom of the panel, Advanced Settings. That's the admin page for setting up assignment types and per-user permissions. We'll go there at the end of the video. Quick stop on the monitor icon next to the gear. Same display preferences popover the calendar uses. Leg display for how leg rows handle overflow, and event font size for how big the cards are. Like on the calendar, these two are personal to your browser. They save locally, not to your profile or your department. Let's check out that custom sort order. It unlocks a reorder button up in the header. Click it, and the whole grid flips into reorder mode. Every row gets a drag grip on the left. Drag to reorder. Works on both crew and aircraft. Same row order persists across both groups. Drop wherever you want them. Click Done. Same button to exit. The order's saved for your user, so the next time you load the schedule, it's already set up the way you want it. Okay, the admin side. Settings, then Schedule. Two things to set up here. Assignment types up top, user settings below. Assignment types is your master list. Every duty status you want available to assign on the schedule. Click any row to edit the name and color. Hit the Remove button on the right to delete. 3 checkboxes per type, and they're the part that actually makes the schedule work. Hover any header for the full explanation. Flight assignment conflict. When checked, anyone scheduled for this type gets flagged on the crew selection page when you try to put them on a flight that overlaps. Stops you from accidentally assigning a pilot to a flight while they're on PTO. Terminates RON. When checked, assigning this type to a user ends their overnight status from that day forward. Typically airline. Once they've caught a commercial flight home, they're no longer staying with the aircraft. Day of work. When checked, days assigned to this type count as actual work in reporting. Used on types like on duty or airline when the pilot is returning to work from an RON. And Create New Assignment Type opens a dialog for the name and the color. Pick something distinct so it's easy to spot on the legend. User settings is per person, 3 toggles per user. Show on schedule controls whether the user appears as a row at all. Can edit own data, lets them modify their own assignments. Can view other users, lets them see other rows beside their own. These are about restricting non-admin roles. Admins always see and edit everything, so those last 2 columns blank out on admin and scheduler rows. That's the schedule. Reading it, working with it, and setting it up. Between this and the calendar, you've got the 2 main ways to find any flight or any crew member in Airplane Manager. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the skies.